Well, thanks for joining me there again. Star Wars Vintage Collection, action figure fans and collectors. Well, today was my lucky day. I happened to find out at my local Toys R Us today that there was going to be another truck stop by. And so I went there. Actually, I went there looking for some toys for a friend of mine who wanted me to pick up something for a trade. And I went in there, and of course I didn't find the figure that he wanted, but I found old Captain Fordo here, who is the figure that I've been most wanting to get out of the vintage line. Vintage Waves, probably one of my most sought after figures for this year. And he was right there, right on the front of the peg, so I must have gotten very, very lucky in that they just put him out and some other person didn't snag him before me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop this guy open for you. And let me see here. I want to try to not damage the box art as much as possible, and hopefully not cut my finger off at the same time. So I'm going to try to slip that X-Acto knife blade and take him off this card without destroying the card too much, because I do like to save them. Alright, not too bad of a job there. Vintage cards, for some reason, seem to give you the most problems. Alright, I'm going to put that puppy aside and I'll show you the back of that in a minute. Alright, so here he is. He's still in the bubble. And notice there's a little extra paper down here on the bottom. I don't know what that is, but I'm interested to see what that is. Oh, look, it fell right out. So let's take a look at that while we're at it and see what it says. Oh, it looks like it's directions for how to use old Captain Fordo's different commas and pauldrons there. Alright. Okay. Let's see. There seems to be no elastic gland, so I'm just going to pop this bad boy out of here. And there he is. Good old Captain Fordo. ARC Trooper Commander is what it says on the package. And I'm going to go ahead and pop out his accessories. So he comes with everything you see on him, and a awesome second helmet, which I'll show you a little bit more later. I'll get my knife here again and get rid of this tape that is blocking the way. He comes with two blaster custom, I think they're Westar blasters, that the ARC Trooper Commander in the animated Clone Wars micro series, the very first one that they ever did. If you remember ARC Trooper Commander, which we later find out is Fordo, who, this is him basically, carries two custom blaster pistols. Alright, and so here's his holsters, and you can see there's a little split in them there to accommodate the width of these pistols, which hopefully they're a little bit soft. Hopefully the pistol won't fall out of that. We'll find out about that later. So they kind of just fit in there like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. So there you have his blaster pistols. And alright, and he does have a removable helmet, obviously. He comes with two. This helmet doesn't seem to have any of that weird yellowing on it, which I'm very happy. And here you go. Here's your close-up of Captain Fordo. He is super cool. He's got a mohawk and a little striped goatee. He's similar in sculpt to the AOTC clone, whom I have here. Let me pull him out just for comparison purposes. And a buddy of mine named Clonehead did a cool little review of him earlier today, and was showing how his helmet is actually a little bit bigger than the AOTC clone, which you can see from there it is. which would make sense because you've got to make room for this mohawk and all that good stuff. So pop that back on. Alright, so there he is in his ARC Trooper Commander, guys, and then we can make him look like he did in the Battle of Coruscant in the 2005 Micro Series, the finale, right before Revenge of the Sith came out, if you remember. Alright, and he's got a little elastic, that's pretty cool. He's got a little elastic band on his comma so you can slip it off, although it's catching on all of his armor. Alright, so let me get this off here. Alright, so let me do really quick before I suit him up in his other guys there. Let me do his articulation. He does have a bald jointed head. He's got ball hinged arms. Because of the way that they sculpted these, though, they don't go up very high, but that's okay. I don't mind. He's got better than 90 degrees in the elbow. He does have a swivel and pivot wrist. Same thing here, except this one goes back and forth, I believe. Yep, back and forth. Alright, and he does have ball hinged. This one doesn't want to seem to go. I don't want to force it. I'll have to look at that later. But this one sure is going. Look at that. Ball hinged hips. There it goes. There's just a little snag in there. Maybe some plastic in there. Alright. And ball hinge better than 90 in the knees. And really well articulated ball hinged ankles. Alright. So you saw him in his ARC Trooper guys. His Phase 1 ARC Trooper guys, and this is, I guess they're supposed to be his Phase 2, I just call it Battle of Coruscant guys. I really, really like this. I actually want to see if I can get another one of these, if I'm lucky enough to come across another one, because I'd like to display him in both of his different costumes, but some of you may know he's been said that he's going to be short packed, so that's why I was so lucky to get him today. Alright, so there's his pauldron there, or shoulder pad, I guess. His bandolier would probably be the best name for it. And here is his. Wow, look at that. That is just cool. Has to be one of the coolest figures to come out for this whole year. And then, of course, you can give him his blaster pistol in his hand. He's got a holster here on the side. No other holster for his secondary blaster pistol, so you have to assume that either he's got a bigger rifle that he carries, which there is no other accessory in there. But alrighty, folks, so there you have it. What can I say about this figure? Well, it's pretty awesome. I mean, you know, if you see it, don't hesitate and get it, because you may not see it again. This is going to be one of the hottest figures of the year, and I agree with Clonehead, who said on his review on Imperial Shipyards that this is definitely in the running for figure of the year. And it definitely, between this figure and my Pursuit of Cobra Lowlight, these are my two favorite figures of the year so far. And I just can't express how happy I am right now. So that's going to do it for this review of ARC Trooper Commander Vintage Collection 54. I know him better as Captain Fordo. And before I sign off, let me just give you a look at the back of the cards. There's the first ARC Trooper, Captain Fordo, that ever came out way back. And they did have every single one of these figures at my Toys R Us today, and I'm hoping to go back and get a few. But anyhow, that's going to do it for this review, folks. So until next time, may the Force be with you. I hope you guys can find one. Bye-bye.